What's going on, my central unit? It's the Central Man here. So this is my review of NXT Takeover War Games 2020. Wow, what a good show from top to bottom. So we're gonna start with the opening match. I'm trying to keep it short and simple. Anyway, so the first match to kick off Takeover War Games 2020, we got the first War Games match, and this is for the women's. We got Team Shotzi versus Team Candace. Representing Team Shotzi, you had Shotzi Blackheart, Rhea Ripley, Ember Moon, and the NXT Women's Champion Io Shirai, and riding on a tank. Really, Shotzi was riding on a really a cool sick tank. And representing Team Candace, you got Candice LeRae, Dakota Kai, Raquel Gonzalez, and Toni Storm. What a good show. Oh, not good show. Good match, sorry. What a good match between really both women. It was really back and forth. It was a proper war. The women's champion Io Shirai got kicked out. Every time she's trying to get really into this match, you got Raquel Gonzalez basically snatching a weapon off of Io's hand and kick her really trying to kick her out of the cage, trying to keep Io really away from the match. I think they did it 4 other times, and then you got this stare down between Io Shirai and Candice LeRae, and then you got this woman called Indy Blackwell Indy Hartwell. I don't know much. Like I said, I don't really watch a lot of NXT. I only do like the YouTube videos on the WWE YouTube channel. That's it. This Indy Hartwell woman, sorry, she basically attacked Io from behind. There was a mallet. When Shotzi Blackheart basically she entered the ring with a red toolbox. There was like a small mallet. And Rhea Ripley basically smacked Dakota Kai with the mallet, not on the head. We don't want to see someone getting murdered on in a wrestling match, but basically she used it as really hit Dakota Kai in the stomach and the back. Let me think. Io managed to get into the match. She basically climbed the top of the cage with a trash can, placed the trash can over her head, and did a move really off the steel cage and into really her own team, and then Candice LeRae team. It was really physical. For the one more of the match, you got one did like one move on one of the ring, and one did another move trying off the top rope into the other. In War Games match, you have 2 separate rings. You got like Rhea Ripley and Ember Moon thing, basically trying to do Ember did like a bulldog. I think it's on Dakota Kai or Candice. And one did like a double suplex onto the other ring. It's good creative spots. You had Shotzi Blackheart basically hit like a leg drop onto. I think it was on Dakota Kai. I think. Yeah, it was a leg drop off the ladder, and then you got Ember Moon hit the clips onto Dakota Kai into the piles of chairs, and Toni Storm hit the Stormbreaker onto Ember onto the trash can. In the end, Team Candice got the victory. Raquel Gonzalez, I done my research on this woman. She's a tall woman. She's 6 feet tall. They had this face-off between Raquel and Rhea. I think Rhea's a little shorter. I'm guessing Rhea's about 5'10". She's down. They're both tall. Rhea Ripley and Raquel Gonzalez. Anyway, Gonzalez chokeslam Io Shirai through a ladder to win this match, and it's really a big deal. I thought it's going to be Team Shotzi going to get the victory. I predict Team Shotzi getting the victory. Unfortunately, that's not the case. Team Candice got the victory. Raquel Gonzalez, pinning the women's champion, Io Shirai. It's a big deal. I don't see no, I don't see Raquel Gonzalez winning the women's championship. I don't know. I don't see her being a women's champion. I don't know because I think at this point, I think Io Shirai's reign as NXT Women's Champion is nearly at an end. You know, she won the title at Takeover in Your House, hold the belt since the summer, going into really the final pay-per-view of 2020. I can see her dropping the women's title probably on. And by the way, they're doing a NXT special on the 6th. I'm guessing it's the 6th of January 2021. They call it New Year's Evil. So I'm guessing it could be, you know, Io Shirai versus Raquel Gonzalez. I don't see Raquel going to win it. You know, she's kind of like Dakota Kai's bodyguard. I don't know. You know, she needs a really a credible heel for Iro for the championship match. You know, she defeated Candice LeRae at Takeover 31. She defeated Dakota Kai at Takeover 30. Yeah, they need a credible heel for Iro. You know, going into 2021. You know, if it's Raquel Gonzalez, I don't see, like I said, I don't see Raquel winning the title if they're going in that drought between Iro versus Raquel for the NXT Women's Championship. I can see Iro really hold the belt until the next takeover show, the first takeover show of 2021. Anyway, it was a good show. I keep saying good show. Sorry, a good match to kick off Takeover War Games. So we're moving on to the next match. The next match we got Tommaso Ciampa taking on Timothy Thatcher. This was good. It was physical, and really they're doing like mat style wrestling. That's really Timothy Thatcher's style. He's kind of reminds me of Cesaro a little bit. You know, they both have like bodies. You know, they both like got abs and ripped. They're both good workers. You know, actually Cesaro does like the 619. You know, some of the high flying spots, but they're both good. I think they got a lot of mat style skills. But anyway, they did a lot of mat style skills. I think one more of the match, Thatcher's ear bleed. Really funny. It's really funny. Thatcher's mouth, yeah, it's really crit. You know, the dude looks like a badass. You know, has no front teeth in his mouth. Wow, it's just like he looks like a proper badass, a rebel. Timothy Thatcher. I think one more of the match. Ciampa hit the suplex off the top rope. I'm trying to keep it short and simple. I think one more of the match. Ciampa basically locked Thatcher in a. I don't. It's not the. It's similar to Johnny Gargano's Gargano Escape. You know. It's basically a choke, a real. I don't know what to call it. A real chokehold. It's basically you basically wrap your opponent's arm around their neck and did like I think it's called a chokehold. I don't know. I'm not really a fan of MMA, but it's just what it is. So in the end, Ciampa hit the Willow's bell onto Thatcher to win this match. Yeah, Thatcher. I really have Thatcher getting the victory. They're building Timothy Thatcher. I start to like that character's really slowly growing on me. Timothy Thatcher. I watched some videos, on the WWE YouTube channel of Thatcher doing really teaching wrestlers the mat style holds. Got that type of Kurt Angle presence. I can see Timothy Thatcher winning a championship in 2021. I think he was in the North American Championship picture early this year. It's a shame. I can see him winning the world title or even the mid card championship into the new year in 2021. I can see him truly getting over. He's got the move set. He's a badass. I can see him doing well in NXT. Tommaso Ciampa, I think it was a big win because he lost I think it's his first takeover appearance since takeover in your house in June. I think he lost to Karrion Kross. He's the formerly known as Killer Kross in Impact Wrestling. So yeah, it was a good technical style match. It was physical. They're hitting like hard. It was hard hitting both Thatcher and Ciampa. So moving on to the next match. The next match, we got Dexter Lumis versus Cameron Grimes in a strap match, and this was a fun strap match. They're going in that direction of a strap match. You have to win by pinfall and submission. It's not like strap matches. You have to touch all four corners of the ropes. I'm glad they never go in that direction because I hate that. And it was fun. Both basically Grimes and Lumis beat the living piss out of each other. They're kind of like one more of the match. Basically, you had Lumis basically throwing Grimes into the barricade. There was plexiglass on the other side of the ring and one with the steel bar barricade. I think the one more in the match, Grimes basically placed a sack onto the head of Dexter Lumis. Like I said, I'm not a big fan of both wrestlers. Dexter Lumis and Cameron Grimes. I'm not a big fan of them when they're in TNA. Dexter Lumis is formerly known as Sam Shaw, and Trevor Lee. I'm not a big fan of them, but they are putting up a really good match. There's one more of the match. Basically, you had Lumis choking out Grimes into one of the structure. It's the same structure they're setting up for the War Games matches. And basically, what Grimes done, pulled the ropes, and Lumis's face went face first onto the same structure. Grimes basically, Lumis kind of pulled Grimes off the ring apron and splattered on the floor. It was really physical, and it's starting to get good. In the end, Lumis wrapped the strap around Grimes' legs, really locked in the silent. It was basically a rear naked choke to win this match. I was going for Cameron Grimes, but Lumis, I don't know about Lumis. He's kind of earning my respect. Like I said, I'm not a big fan of this Dexter Lumis, Samuel Shaw gimmick. I never liked the gimmick. Sometimes like doing this stalker gimmick in pro wrestling never really worked. Like look at DDP. He did that stalker gimmick in 2001, and he got buried by the Undertaker. I feel like Barry Windham did like a stalker gimmick in WWE. That was about like that's in like 90s. He didn't do much in the World Wrestling Federation. He was the fucking Widowmaker and the stalker. You cannot just be Barry Windham. I don't want to get into it. So anyway, it's a good win for Lumis. So moving on to the next match. The next match, we got a triple threat match for the North American Championship. Leon Ruff defending the belt against Damian Priest and Johnny Gargano. It's a little weaker on the show, but it's still a good match. One moment of the match, basically you had Damian Priest razor edge Leon Ruff through the plexiglass barricade. That is, holy shit. That is the nastiest. That'd be the nastiest move I ever took. Basically, razor edge Leon Ruff through the plexiglass barricade. He's very lucky he's not badly hurt. I think in one more of the match, Gargano did like a tornado DDT onto really the fight outside the ring into the ramp area. Anyway, he came back minutes later. You had the Ruff and Gargano basically ganged up on Priest in the early stages of the match, and then when Ruff was taken out, it was between both Damian Priest and Johnny Gargano. It was starting to be good. I think one more of the match when Ruff came back, Gargano hit like really locked in the Gargano escape. He wrapped Priest underneath the two bottom ropes or middle ropes, and he managed to Leon Ruff started to manage to get out of the hold, basically grabbed the arm of Damian Priest. Anyway, there was one weird moment in this match. There was guys just all like the killer from the movie Scream, and I think they're beating down Damian Priest and Leon Ruff, but they've beaten down the guys wearing the Halloween masks. It's very funny why they're doing Halloween masks. It's not Halloween. We're nearly 2 weeks away from Christmas. Anyway, you had the Priest did like a high flying maneuver to beat down the guys in mask. In the end, he was trying to hit Gargano. I think it was, yeah, he's trying to hit Gargano with a, I think it's called the Reckoning. But there's another guy wearing the Scream mask and hits Priest with the lead pipe. In the end, I think Gargano hit Leon Ruff with what was it called? The final beat. I think it's like a DDT to win this match and regain the North American Championship. And he's become a first three-time North American champion. I hate that. Sometimes I hate that. I think in recent months, NXT's basically like hot potato the North American Championship going into your October and November portion of the year. You basically had Priest won the title. I think it was at Takeover 30, and then he held the belt until I think it was till Johnny Gargano. I got my facts wrong when Ruff won the title at Halloween Havoc. No, Gargano won the title at Halloween Havoc, and then I think in November or going really very close to this pay-per-view Takeover War Games, Ruff won the title. So I hate that. And then Gargano won the title on the show. I hate that. You know, I'm, they didn't really give Leon Ruff a chance. It's just what's the point? Why can't I have Johnny Gargano just basically hold the belt and retain the title on the show? I don't get it. I just simply don't get it. It's good for Johnny Gargano. Before I talk more, I need to drink on my juice. I'm drinking black currant, or I think you Americans call it like grape juice. I think it is grape juice, mixture of grape juice and yeah, it is grape juice. Yeah, we call it black currant in England and the UK. Anyway, so and then also the guy who hit the guy in the screen mask who decked Priest with the lead pipe, that is Austin Theory. I think he's making his appearance back in NXT. He had a cup of coffee on the main roster with team tagging along with Ronde and Angel Garza and Selena Vega. I'm guessing he's back in NXT, costing Damian Priest the North American Championship. So we're moving on to the main event. The main event is match of the night. We got the second War Games match. This is for the men. We got the Undisputed Era. That is Adam Cole, Baby, Roderick Strong, Kyle O'Reilly, and Bobby Fish taking on Team Pat. And representing Team Pat are, Pat McAfee, the Bruiserweight Pete Dunne, and the NXT Tag Team Champions, Oney Lorcan and Danny Burch. Danny Burch is Martin Stone in the British wrestling scene. The match was good. It was getting a little boring. I checked on Wikipedia. They went about 45 minutes. Holy shit, man. I wish they cut down probably 10 minutes off this match. That's just me. But anyway, it was a fucking war between both the Undisputed Era and Pat McAfee's team. I feel like in early stages of the match, both Pete Dunne and Danny Burch, they're grabbing like cricket bats. They're from Britain. Because I'm guessing like Danny Burch is from London and Pete Dunne is from Birmingham. We got a Cockney and a Brummie. If you know what a Brummie is from Birmingham. That's Pete Dunne's from. And also when Pat McAfee trying to enter the ring, he grabbed a lot of piles of chairs with the Undisputed Era's name. With names with you got one with Fish, Cole, O'Reilly, and Strong. It's good creative, and there were a lot. I'm trying to keep. There's too many moving parts in this match. Sometimes it's a good thing, and sometimes it's a bad thing. Anyway, you got like one more of the match. You had McAfee put Roderick Strong through a table, and then minutes later, and then you got like McAfee went through a table. Cole pushed him off, and then you got like both. I think it was Strong or Cole. I think Strong put both Burch and Dunn through another table with the word O'Reilly, and then in the dying minutes of the match, I think it's one with Cole in it, and then basically you had Bobby Fish speared Danny Burch again with the really on the middle steel ring between both two rings. But there was like I said, there was a metal ring right between the two rings. Man, it's confusing. There's a metal part really between the both two rings, and then you had Bobby Fish spear Danny Burch through the fourth and final table with the word fish. His name is Bobby Fish, and he has a like tights with the fish under really on the back of his shorts. I'm trying to. It's hard to really to describe. Yeah, it's like I said, like with Mel, there was a Mel thing underneath, really right between the both two wrestling rings. Sorry, I'm trying to describe it. It's just like me. It's just like me being drunk history, trying to explain it. I watch drunk history sometimes. Yeah, it's a good show. Anyway, and also you had all members of the Undisputed Era beating down Pat McAfee. I can see Pat McAfee being a big star one day. He's got the charisma, the personality, he's good in the ring. I can see him being a world champion in NXT. Some of these American football players, former American football players, they end up doing well in pro wrestling. Like, I'll throw you names like The Rock and Ron Simmons, that's Farouk. He become the first black WCW world champion. Goldberg, Roman Reigns. Yeah, I get Roman Reigns. He did. He was an American football player. Some did well, others don't do well. Like Buff Bagwell, they really dropped the ball, and Mojo Rawley, and then fucking Rob, what was it, Gronkowski? The guy from the the guy from the New England Patriots. Anyway, so one more of the match, McAfee hit the Swanton Bomb off the cage and really wiped out both four members of the Undisputed Era and his own team. And also he kicked out the Panama Sunrise, and also, Cole was going for the last shot. I'm guessing Lorcan took the bullet. In the end, O'Reilly I think he hit Dunn with the knee to win this match for the Undisputed Era. And it's just like, this match going between both ways. Which one's going to win? I was going for Team Pat because I think the Undisputed Era's time in NXT is at an end. They've been in the group for 3 years now. It's one hand, I don't really see Team Pat lasting long, but you can really establish a new faction. But I don't know what's going on. Is the Undisputed Era, is it going to be the last match as a group? Are they going to continue as a group going into 2021? Who knows? I thought it's going to be like one of the Undisputed Era betraying the other team members, and that will be the officially end of the group. There's many scenarios. I don't want to get into it. It's too many to talk about it. It's a good match. It's a fucking war. It's match of the night. 45 minutes. Sometimes is a bad thing. Sometimes it's a good thing. I mean, it's similar to Edge and Randy Orton's match at WrestleMania 36 Part 2. The Last Man Standing match. It was getting too long. It was getting, it's still a good match. Don't get me wrong. It was still a good match. But it was 45 minutes. It doesn't. I don't mind matches of 30 minutes, but 45 minutes, it goes too far. It goes too long. Sometimes it's a good thing, sometimes it's a bad thing. So it's just what it is. So anyway, my final rating for NXT TakeOver War Games 2020, I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. Almost give it a 10. I don't know, 10, I don't know. Yeah, I'll give it 9. Fuck it. Let's give it 10 and a half out of 10. This is a fucking good show. This is the best TakeOver show of the year for NXT. It started out well and ended well. With the two War Games matches for both the men and the women. Ciampa versus Timmy Thatcher. That was a good match. It was physical. Loomis versus Cameron Grimes in the strap match. That was fun and entertaining. And the freeway match was fun. So, yeah, 10 and a half out of 10. I don't know which. I think the best NXT pay-per-view match of the year I don't know. I'm gonna go with the Undisputed Era's War Games match. You know, it was good. It was drama. It is a war. You know, you have to wait until when I do my match of the year. You know, when I'm, so far I'm still on male wrestler of the year. Haven't out. I will. This week I will upload female wrestler of the year. You know, I've been the best female wrestler of the year for NXT. For me, I have to go with Io Shirai. You know, she kind of carried the women's brand so far in NXT in 2020. You know, you got like Rhea Ripley and Candice LeRae, Dakota Kai. You know, like I said, I don't really watch a lot of NXT. I'm planning to watch NXT. I've got the network now, but there's the one problem. It always shows like previous week's episodes, not the from like going into the upcoming week, the upcoming week. I'm trying to say, sorry. It always shows like the previous week's episode, not the upcoming weeks. Like it's just what I don't understand why. I don't want to get into it. You know, I will cover NXT. You know, I'm starting to get into NXT. I like NXT. You know, I don't shit on NXT. Yeah, granted, I don't blame NXT in the Wednesday Night War because they're not going to compete with AEW. That's Vince. You know, the only reason why NXT is in that position to see it failed, and I think they once or twice they did beat AEW in the rings, but mostly AEW blow NXT out of the water. You know, but NXT is still a good product. I'm not saying it's gonna compete. It's not gonna like. It's not. It is kind of like the alternative, but I don't see NXT. They're doing fine. I'm not saying NXT's doing shit. They're not doing shit. They're doing fine. You know, they're producing good wrestling. They're really producing decent shows. What more do they expect? You know, it's a developmental brand. It's not really like a Ring of Honor or an Impact Wrestling or an AEW. You know, it's still under the WWE umbrella. So anyway, hope you enjoy my review of NXT Takeover War Games 2020. Leave your thoughts in the comment section below for what's your favorite match on the show. Subscribe to the Central Man Network on YouTube for more wrestling videos, live streams, game streams. Haven't done a game stream in ages, and more. So yeah, that's Takeover War Games 2020. Good show. 2 thumbs up for NXT.